everyone and welcome into BFME 2 patch 1.09 HD edition. Today we got 1v1 crown match on Forts of Anduin II between Jones and the Master, men against dwarves. At the top, as the man player is going to be Jones, and in the bottom as the dwarven player is going to be Master. So let's check the power points first. Jones hasn't been choosing yet PowerPoint for himself. It's going to be Anduin right away, and he's sending his second builder to create a barrack forward near the warclub, near the opposing side warclub, and near his own. On the other side, Master is going for half warriors and the mineshaft. Really good macro out of this player over there. So he protect the angles of the mineshaft with the barrack. Let's check when the builder is moving forward out of his base. We get pikes for dwarven player, and let's check if he's going to create the tunnel or something else. Actually, on maps like Forts of Anduin, which is a rare skin for famous Forts of Eisen, you got two roads. You can move forward, you can rush your opponent with as a dwarven player, create mineshaft over there, of course if it's not going to be scouted. Let's check yet who is host and which armies they choose. So Jones is host, he choose the Man of the West, and the Master choose random, so the man player is not aware of the race of the opponent. This is something weird over there that's happened. Running continues right away while those spikes get away of the mineshaft, and I think they will waste time by doing this a little bit, a couple of split seconds that also may help him creep something else. He will of course creep the warclub, this warclub on the left side, with the running cold pikes, but after this he may lose it in the other creeping position. On the side of Man of the West, he chooses the Anduin. He's not even using it yet, which is really weird. You definitely would like to scout your opponent if you get a chance, and be aware of the opponent's whereof, and also the path of productions that you choose. And we can see that tower guards crept the warclub. They're moving back into the warclub to creep it another one. As for Master, he's going on the right side to creep another warclub in the top side of the map. So they will be pretty even in the creeps actually. Two warclubs for two warclubs, and they're going to harass each other. On the side of Man of the West, we got 4 farms near the castle, near the fortress, and the barrack also forward. On the side of dwarven player, he is going for something like tons of guardians, and maybe there is also a mineshaft in the corner of the map, really important. First mineshaft that man player was able to scout is going down, so man player is aware of the situation that his opponent is indeed playing as a dwarf, and that's his race. We got 2 guardians, I guess, on this mineshaft at the moment. Let's check it out. Yes, 2 guardians at the mineshaft, and man player is scouting for the mineshafts in the wrong places over there. As we can see, there is a mineshaft in the corner. It hasn't been scouted, and because of this, there may be tons of damage done towards the man's economy. As we can see, those gunner soldiers moving back towards the base, trying to catch the builder, also really important. We got almost 2 power points for man player, almost 2 power points as well for the Master, and he's using the running call. Those farms are completely done. They are going to be destroyed or cancelled by the man player, so there is nothing that man player could do at the moment. Let's check the base of the Master. Axe archer range for him at the moment, and he's going for axe throwers, I guess, while trying to protect the mineshaft that was really successful, I got to admit. He will be able to take down lots of farms over there, and from the 400 command points that man player got for himself early on, he will be dropped to 250 and will be supply block at the time being, because of the farm quantity is not that high. In the meantime, man player got to creep the troller. He will be able to take an end, really important structure, or maybe important for the man against dwarven matchup, while you got the access to the Elfen Alliance. Elfen would have been triggered over there at the middle, which is nicely done actually by dwarven player. I got to admit, forcing the Elfenwood in the base or near the base of your opponent while you are able to destroy some structures is a really good job. Pikeman Battalion, the first Pikeman Battalion that Dwarf provides for himself, will get away and now they're moving forward. As we can see, the mineshafts will be shut down for the man player, and man player is still alive, still dealing enough damage, still being successful in that. We got Boromir on the battlefield, and let's see the amount of resources that the man player is still possessed. 1000 resources. It's a lot after buying yourself a Boromir. It's a lot of resources. He was able to save also this barrack over there, and received 6 and 7 power points, while his dwarven opponent got only 4. So I guess he was done really well in terms of destroying the structures. There is a rallying call. Boromir on level 2 at the moment. He is trying to get level 3, trying to get Horn of Gondor. And as we can see, Guardians push him to move back. They got charge attack also available, but the rallying call was used already, so after the heal or something else that man player may throw at himself, and after the rallying call will disappear, this army will be back and definitely kill all those Guardians and the remaining pikeman battalion. Definitely on Tenderland it's going to be much easier, as those rallying calls and Tenderlands are going to be the same value. And we got Boromir trying to get level 3, really important. After level 3 he can even save this barrack. And here it's happened, and I think the Dwarven player will be pushed back at the moment. He got nothing outside this base. He was trying to move forward with the mineshafts, get more mineshafts on the battlefield and get more resources out of them. We'll see how well it's going to go. On the side of Man of the West, he will lose the barrack anyway, so that's really weird, but he got 4 power points after buying himself a heal for the Boromir army. We got 7 power points for Dwarven player, so Man player is ahead in power points. As we can see, not that lots of mineshafts, not lots of resources for the Gludra Master also, only 450. We are in low economy status at the moment for both the players, 400 for Man player and 450 for the Dwarven one. I don't know why the button from the follow button just been triggered. I definitely delay this, but who cares? I'm really sorry for that. Elfen warriors from the end for the man player. Also, he got the stables outside his base, so it's pretty nice idea. So he's not all that destroyed yet. Although his fortress is completely open for the opponent's army to appear here. We got glowing on the battlefield pikes. They're low in health also. Another battalion of pikes for the Gluda Master. He doesn't have lots of units on the battlefield. He got 8 power points at the moment, and Man of the West will definitely use this to his advantage, killing all those Guardians, getting himself more and more power points, and as we can see already 6.5. Elfen Alliance killing the Guardians, pretty nicely done. But Man player got to do something with this army, move forward, move backwards. He got to decide what to do. As we can see, Guardians will be kicked their butts, and there we go. Glowing, Axe Throwers, Rallying Call, and 2 battalions of Pikemans. It may be enough, and also Guardians, so it's got to be enough to take down the fortress of the opponent, also with Glowing, and all of this Banneker appear on the fortress of Jones, and we'll see how well he's going to protect his own base. As we can see, Boromir is here, so it may happen actually. He may protect his fortress. Rallying Call will be, or rather, Horn of Gondor will be used over there, and although units who are not pikemans are going to be taken down. We get Hobbit Alliance for the Dwarven player as he's trying to take them the fortress, which is what it's his purpose of this battle over there. Shake Foundation, and I think the fortress is definitely gone. The fortress for Megaterra is gone, but of course, oh my god, don't tell me that he's not going to use Shake Foundation. Glowing is low in health, been taken down. Yes, he has been taken down before dealing the damage. Of course, fortress is gone, but Glowing will not level up even further to level 6 or 7, while Boromir received level 5 at the moment. So it may be really interesting at the moment. While Dwarven player doesn't have units and doesn't have heroes, Malpera still possessed the Boromir on level 5, so he received the leadership like the Rallying Call, It's almost like a running call, and got tons of units on the battlefield. We'll see how well it goes for. He's going for the barrack. He got another battalion of knights, and he's still constantly creating elven warriors, so he may be still alive. Also, he was able to clear up those tunnels that have been forward. And there is a forge works for the dwarven player. I hope he's going to revive his hero as well. The builder might be catch and killed over there, but Wolhab will be through down, so he'll be saved. Knight's battalion is still alive, level 2. Boromir with the Horn of Gondor and his leadership is really important. And only thing, I guess, at this point that may allow the man player to stay alive. But there is the problem with the dwarf, as I said before, he doesn't have units. Gloin is back on the battlefield, he's only on level 4. Wasn't able to use Shake Foundation onto the fortress. And as a dwarven player, he got to go for something like Forge Works in order to take down all those food units. And we are going for battle wagons for the Gludomaster. Nicely done here, killing almost entire battalion of elven warriors. If there will be a well, man could heal this entire battalion, but there are knights, they're in trouble. We definitely don't want to fight with knights against pikes, and this entire battalion will be catch and killed. This is unfortunate actually. Dwarf is here, but as we can see, Gloin is dead already, Horn of Gondor been used, and now this entire army is going to pay for the crimes that they commit on the man race, the human race. We got axe throwers, 3 battalions, but they are not going to work well against the knights, against Boromir, against Gondor soldiers. As the man player, you can also go for the banner carries, 250 resources, and you got shields for your Gondor soldiers. If you spam them and if you are facing the axe throwers, it's a really good idea. But we got battle wagon on the battlefield, and that's the second time that Gloin has died, and it's not looking good. You got an advantage, you got to use it. Of course, as we can see, we got 600 combine points for Jones and only 450 for Gludomaster. So even if Mel player lost his fortress, he doesn't have access to the power points. He is still constantly progressing and get himself more and more farms. Of course, Boromir is still here, still provides the leadership and really good crash over there of the axe throws, again by the Gondor Knights. Boromir moving forward, he doesn't have Horn of Gondor yet available, but if he's going to move forward and maybe kill this battalion of pikes over there, while the axe throw has been crushed by the really nice micro of Gondor soldiers. The builder may be catch and killed over there, and as we can see, Melper possessed enough resources and he's moving forward in order to get himself enough to create a fortress, another fortress. Then he may be able to use the power points, which is really important. Horn of Gondor to stop the battle wagon, which is the most important structure, or rather the unit that Dwarven player could throw at his opponent. And I think the battle wagon, if it's not going to be killed by the Boromir, it will lower health. And it just happened. There are lots of food units, to be honest, and definitely Fortress or Boromir could be helpful over there. Definitely those infantry units are not enough to take down the fortress, but with the help of Boromir or something else like that, he may be able to achieve it. Of course, Boromir is preoccupied with the battle wagon that it's wreaking havoc, those farms that are really important for the man player at the moment. And while he's taking down the second, the most important matchup that's been created on the battlefield, or rather third, Gloin is on the battlefield. Axforus received the rally call and pushed back the entire army of Gondor soldiers. Also the battle wagon is here on the air. 5,000 resources for the man player. It means the fortress for him, but he needs to save the builder yet. Really nice micro over there, avoiding the battle wagon. But there is another one. We see how well it goes. Not bad at all, killing almost entire battalion of those Elfin Alliance over there. And the builder got to be pushed back. The fortress will be created right in the corner over there for the man player, and he's got to stay alive. He got the builder, he got to do something with him, and lots of infantry units axe. Oh, it's going to be archer range for him, so it's not a bad idea at all. As we can see, 400 command points only for Gluda Master. He used them all for those 4 battalions of units and Gloin, while the man player and those 2 battle wagons also. Hobbit Alliance just appear for the Gluda Master. He may use them, but what else could he do? Definitely man player is waiting for this fortress to appear on the battlefield so he can move with his own power points. He got 23 power points at the moment, lots of units on the battlefield, but he got to wreak havoc towards the opponent's base too, in order to stay alive, in order to sustain and push his opponent much further from his base.
We come to protect Middle-earth.
Knights of Gondor are not specifically done well against battle wagons. I definitely recommend it to get yourself a bunch of Rohirrims, especially when you get enough resources, and the man player possessed enough resources for that. Horn of Gondor been used, but it missed the battle wagons. It doesn't have that much range. And now the man player is trying to wait for the fortress. It's waiting the game at the moment. Gloin is on the battlefield, may use slam on those Gondor Knights. We'll see what's going to happen. Definitely leveling up to level 5. And not the greatest idea, as I said before, to use the Gondor Knights to take down the battle wagons. They eventually may be able to do it, but they're not that effective like Rohirrims are. And as we can see, another battle wagon low in health but still staying alive. But the fortress is up. We got Hobbit Alliance, we got Tom Bombadil for the man player, and he got already 2k resources. He should definitely spend them on some upgrades at the moment, or heroes. Or trebuchets if you want to finish the job. So he's not going to invest his army to destroy the fortress. The main reason why Dwarf is still alive. He will use something else, and all those axe throwers will be crushed by the Gondor's knights over there. Hobbit Alliance from both sides. Actually, it's going to be Hobbit, Tom Bombadil, and we'll see how it goes. Dwarf just realized that his opponent possessed already the fortress back, and Sonic Song has been used. Gloin is going to be fighting over there, but he should get away as fast as possible. Boromir may knock him down and kill him. There is not a Horn of Gondor available, but if there will be, and there we go. He'll be used onto the Dwarven army, but it doesn't matter. Gloin is going to be killed, the most likely. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Gloin is dead. Level 7 for the Boromir, and he's capturing Gondor at the moment. We can see Eomer really good against battle wagons with his spear throw. And we got trebuchets on the battlefield. There are no more units for the Dwarven player, as we can see. He's trying to create some, but it doesn't really matter. We got level 8 at the moment for the Boromir, and those battle wagons are nothing against the might of Boromir at the moment. And Eomer with his spear throw then may catch and kill those battle wagons. We got Men of Dale also, and the fortress get another hit. Using the axe throw, using the spear throw towards the opponent's battle wagon when it's not on the run is not the greatest idea, but the Horn of Gondor is definitely, and the Gluder Master realized that there is nothing that he can do, that he's been defeated. Even after destroying the fortress of his opponent, he wasn't able to push forward. He was also always pushed back towards his base, and he wasn't able to deal enough damage to finish the job that he started a while ago by destroying the fortress. Anyway, thank you for watching, hope you enjoy. Feel free to rate, follow, subscribe, and see you soon. Bye bye.